Good evening, it's meteorologist Michael Fecka. Welcome back to the 9 p.m. all-weather, all-streaming show we do here every night during the workdays and on weekends. We stream it out to all of our streaming platforms, including Facebook and YouTube. So if you're joining from either place, please feel free to leave us a question or a comment. Hopefully I'll be able to go through them all as I go through the forecast, but if not, I'll go through at the very end and see if I can answer anything individually for you. But let's get started here with a look at our headlines. First things first, it was a gorgeous Easter Sunday, so hopefully you were able to get out there and celebrate and enjoy time with family and friends and enjoy the weather outside. It was sunny. It wasn't as warm as it's been this past week, but it was still refreshing to kind of step outside into it. And it felt warm, especially with that sunlight out there, so it wasn't too bad. It will be clear overnight tonight and very chilly. We'll see temperatures dropping back down into the upper 30s, but we will warm up as we go through next week, and we should stay mostly dry as well. We don't have much in the way of rain chances here through the next 7 days. Our next best chance doesn't come until the very end of the work week. So I'll track all those details out for you in a moment. But here's a look at what's going on out there right now. We've got that cold front that moved in here yesterday that brought us kind of a drearier first half of our Easter weekend. That is now bringing rain showers just along the coastal southeast areas. That'll push off overnight tonight. We had high pressure build in over the Midwest today, so that is why it was absolutely gorgeous today. Hardly even a cloud in the sky. We've got another frontal boundary that's kind of sliding off to our north there, but it's kicking up a few showers across portions of northern Iowa, southern Wisconsin. That'll be headed over the Great Lakes region, but we should stay dry here as that will pass to our north. Looking at our highs today, I mentioned it was a bit cooler out there. We only topped out in the upper 50s to right around 60 in most spots. But again, with that sunshine, it still felt pretty nice and refreshing to step out there. But it was below average. So we're around 6 degrees below average today. We've been above average here through the last several weeks, really. We've had several 80-degree days. We even broke a daily record high just this past week to kick off the month of April. So it's been a very warm start. So it's calming down a little bit, cooling back down to around average. Temperatures now have settled into the upper 40s to lower 50s across the tri-state. 51 there in Henderson and Newburgh, 50 down towards Madisonville, sitting at around 48 up towards Fairfield, Mount Carmel, and here in Evansville. Tonight, we should see temperatures dropping into the upper 30s. We've got around 38 degrees here in the Evansville area. Northwest winds between 3 to 5 miles per hour, helping to usher in that cooler air. But we will briefly warm back up to around average by the time we get into tomorrow. So your out the door forecast for our Monday looking gorgeous. Temperatures top out in the mid 60s there. So that is right around average for this time of year. And taking a look at the mowing forecast, we're good to go here through the next 4 days. Not really much impeding any yard work out there. Tuesday, it is going to be a bit chilly again, so maybe not the best day to get out there and do it. But hey, if you enjoy a chillier mow, then go ahead and go for it. I'll put fair there. But pretty much we're good here for the next 4 days to take care of that lawn. Now, speaking of grass, it is getting very warm. It's getting dry, and it's starting to get a little bit breezy as well. So all three of those things are a combination that kind of increases our pollen count, especially after a good soaking rainfall. Sunshine for the next several days are really going to help everything start to bloom up again. So we are expecting pretty high pollen counts here through Monday, Tuesday, and even into Wednesday. Tuesday looks to be the worst day. That's where we'll see pollen counts up to around 10.4 particulates per matter. So it is going to be a very polleny day. So make sure you've got your tissues on deck and that allergy medicine ready to go. But here's a look at the next 7 days in terms of our temperatures. As I mentioned, once we start to warm up and dry out, that pollen's really going to soar. So that's why we'll see temperatures going up into the 70s by the middle and end of next week. Below average there on Tuesday, only topping out in the upper 50s, but we soar right back up into the 70s starting Wednesday, and then we'll climb up through the 70s there, headed into the end of the work week and into next weekend. We may even see some lower 80s return for us there by the time we get into Saturday and Sunday. But while it's going to stay mostly dry, we do have at least a slight chance for rainfall here as we get into Friday. We have a frontal boundary that'll be dropping in from the north, and that could conjure up a few spotty showers. But overall, taking a look at our 7-day rainfall forecast, not a whole lot going on here in the tri-state. We maybe get a few tenths of an inch from some of those showers, but I think a lot of the action is going to be saved for our to our west and to our north, especially through areas of Nebraska, Kansas, even into Missouri, Iowa, out towards Wisconsin, and even into western Illinois. So it looks like more of an active weather pattern setting up to our west and to our north, and that's mostly going to be for beyond this weekend and into the following week. So here's a look at the longer range European model. So here we are on Friday. And that cold front dropping in from the north, that'll kick up a couple of spotty showers there through Friday afternoon. Some of that may linger into very early Saturday morning, but for the most part, Saturday looks mostly dry. A couple of clouds streaming in and out of here through next weekend. And then as we get into the start of next week, you'll start to see a couple of more showers passing to our west and to our north. So that's where they're going to kick up a little bit more in that rainfall accumulation that on that map that I just showed you. So more active to our west and to our north, not so much here in the tri-state. So here's a look at the next 7 days. Again, not a whole lot going on here outside of a few showers as we head into Friday. Maybe some of that lingers into Saturday, but the bigger story here is that temperatures will be on the cooler side to start, especially on Tuesday, only topping out in the upper 50s, but then we'll start to climb up through the 70s there by the middle and end of the work week, topping back out in the lower 80s by next weekend. And even looking beyond the next 7 days, it looks like that warming trend will continue. The Climate Prediction Center outlooks here for our temperatures headed into the middle of the month, so April 11th through the 15th shows above average temperatures are expected for not only the tri-state but for a good chunk of the country. And you'll also notice in our precipitation outlook, more areas to our west and to our north highlighted in that above average precipitation. So as that pattern sets up, we may get clipped here by a couple of those passing storm systems, but I'm not really expecting anything huge or major moving through here in the next 7 to 10 days. So we may see a little bit more in the way of precipitation than average, but I don't think it's going to be anything too hard to handle. But that is all I've got here for the forecast. So I'll leave that 7-day up there for you. I'll take that full screen. And while that's up there, I'm going to go ahead and read some of your comments. Thank you so much, guys. Happy Easter to you all as well. Hopefully you guys had a beautiful day with friends and family. But I'm not seeing any questions here, so that is all I've got for the forecast. So I'm going to hop off the live stream, and I will send you guys over to 14 News at 10, which is not going to be on our 14 News channel. So you actually have to watch it on streaming only. So the same way that you're watching this right now is how you'll access our full newscast coming up at 10 o'clock. So you don't want to miss anything with the latest news or weather headlines. So stay with us, and I'll see you guys again in just a little bit.